We have breaking news and some new video just into us from Iran. That is where thousands have taken to the streets to protest the presidential election results. Riot police apparently now getting a handle on the situation. This after supporters of the main opposition candidate began clashing with authorities in Tehran after incumbent Mahmoud Ahmadinejad was declared the winner by a 62% vote in the country's presidential election. Joining me right now live from Tehran, NBC News producer Ali Arouzi. So Ali, it's good to see you on camera there. I know it's been a very chaotic scene there in Tehran. You've been right in the middle of it. Talk about the situation right now. What are you seeing?
Indeed, we've been in the middle of the situation. We've managed to get out of the center of the problems because the police were pushing it out. We risked getting arrested and getting any footage or any reports. We're now on the roof of our bureau. I don't know if you can see behind me right now, but there's huge plumes of smoke coming down. One of our colleagues tells us that the crowds there have set buses on fire and the police are trying to disperse people from the center of town.
Ali, I know you've been in Iran, living there for a few years now at least. Have you ever seen anything like this before? These kinds of demonstrators taken to the streets in this number?
There hasn't been anything like this. This has been unprecedented in Iran. This has been a mass outrage by the young people who've come out here. They're very, very upset. They've been coming out and they've said, you know, our vote has been stolen, our word has been stolen, and we want our rightful president back.
And Ali, when it comes to fear of reprisal, I mean, perhaps a lot of the reason demonstrators have not done things in such massive numbers prior is because they're worried about what will happen to them. Are there fears that some of these people will be punished for being outspoken?
There's no doubt that they fear that there's going to be reprisal. A lot of people were wearing masks on their face, covering their faces with scarves, not to be identified by the cameras and the intelligence police that are outside. Before the actual election results came in, when election fever had taken everybody by storm here, people weren't so worried. They thought a change was coming. But it's evident now that that isn't going to happen, and people are definitely worried about reprisal. We've heard that a lot of the student leaders are being rounded up now so they can't gather people together. Mobile phone text messaging has been blocked by the government, so groups of people can't organize to meet one another. People are definitely worried here. Nonetheless, they're coming out onto the streets because they want their word to be heard. They were even shouting at the police, "We're Iranian, why are you beating us?"
It's a very tense time there. What does this say about the immediate future? I mean, if Mahmoud Ahmadinejad retains his seat as the president, I mean, the legitimacy of a 62% vote, is this going to be sort of a mandate for him, do you think, to continue with hardline policies against the West?
Well, he certainly sees this as a mandate for himself. He says that he's gotten mass support from the villages. People came out and voted for him. So he certainly sees this as a mandate. But if you ask the young people here in Tehran, they say that this has been massive vote rigging here. They said, listen, look, we've come out here, we've voted in massive numbers, and he's won by a 50% majority. They said it's just not possible.
So, Ali, I'm trying to figure out who's given him this vote. If you've got, as you described, the young people, the 35s and younger, all of them demonstrating, many of them demonstrating there in Tehran at their displeasure at the outcome, who is it that's getting out and voting, and who are the people in the villages?
Well, President Ahmadinejad has a bedrock of support amongst the poor, the war veterans, and people who deeply identify with the Islamic Revolution. Those folks are very different to the people we're seeing out on the streets. The people we're seeing out on the street are educated, affluent people. They're engineers, they're doctors. They come from uptown families, and they're sick. They keep telling us they're sick of being branded as a terrorist nation, and they want to change their image abroad. Those are the people that have come out and protested, and those are the people that came out and voted in huge numbers. When we were out at the polling stations yesterday, we couldn't find anybody in the north of Tehran who was supporting President Ahmadinejad. Now, having said that, if you go to the villages, there was a lot of support for him, but not like the support that there was for him in the cities.
All right, well, all the official outcomes remain to be seen. But Ali Arouzi, thank you so much for getting to a camera. We appreciate that in Tehran.